So what that defense gonna do? Because Fletcher Cox retired. So who they gonna stop? You remember last year how bad that defense was? And we kept talking about it, Swagoo.
Yep.
And I kept telling Eagles fans when they got off to this great start, I say never accept anything in a win you wouldn't in a loss. You were winning these games, but your check engine light was on. And you wouldn't get it fixed until it put you downside the road. And then all of a sudden you lose 4 straight, you go into the playoffs, you get bounced, and boom, here we go. The thing is, look, Jalen Hurts is going to have to get back. He turned the ball over far too many times last year, and maybe he was hurt. But you can't go out there and use hurt as an excuse. Either sit down or you have to play better. You know how this thing goes, Swagoo. We both played for an extended period of time. And if you hurt and you go out there on the field, all they saw was 84 and 96 on your back, and they expected you to make plays as if you were 100% healthy. And so that is my concern. I love the skill position players. The offensive line is still going to be solid. You do lose a key cog in the middle of that offense with Kelsey moving on. But they still got Mailata, you got Landon Dixon, you got Lane Johnson. So you got pieces, and you brought in Saquon. But my question is defensively, because where was Fangio last year? Was he in Miami? Where was he at last year?
Yep. Yes, he was.
Miami.
How they look defensively? How did they look defensively, Swagoo?
Not
Shannon,
great.
don't do that. They lost a lot of guys to injury now. Don't. Vic Fangio been really good calling defense in his career, man.
Stephen A, before you go, Stephen A, let me add this point before you go.
Sure.
When they dropped 70 on the Broncos, and then the following week they went to Buffalo. With everybody healthy, Vic Fangio calling that defense, hey, Swagoo, for the people at home that didn't have cable at the time, what did Buffalo do to Fangio's defense?
They mauled them.
All right, first off, Josh Allen is an elite quarterback in the NFL, so, what are we talking about here? That's just a dumb example. And to use one single year with Miami, who, for years, has not been a highly run organization for the most part, let's not act like that's now going to be a barometer for how good Fangio is or isn't. I mean, that's just absurd. And yeah, they had insane injuries. And with a decimated defense, Fangio had that defense looking somewhat capable in the playoffs against the Kansas City Chiefs. They held their own for the most part. I understand it was a freezing cold game, but they still were not embarrassed there. Their defense gave them a fighting chance to actually win that game. That's very real. That's Fangio. He was literally taking guys off the street. I mean, my God, it's crazy. So get out of here with this nonsense. And so I don't even want to focus on that because the defense is obviously going to be better. I don't know how many times we have to keep saying the same thing over and over again. And that's why I am so happy this is finally the week of the NFL where it finally starts, where we can talk about things that matter. We can stop going into the past. My God, because this was a long 6 months of just kind of saying the same things over and over and over again. So we got new stuff to talk about, but this will be the last few days that we have to address the past as we go into the present. Because the defense is obviously going to be better. They drafted well. They went out in free agency. They got Vic Fangio. They made some trades. The defense is going to be better. We don't have to linger on it any more than that. But this nonsense about that, I'm so tired of hearing people say this in the media about if you're injured, if you're playing, then we expect you to be 100%. That's not how it works. That's just nonsense. That's locker room nonsense, old school nonsense, coach speak nonsense, retired players that want to act tougher than they are nonsense. I mean, just get out of here with that. It's just not accurate. If you're not 100% healthy, then you're not 100%. All injuries are on a spectrum. Some people absolutely can have a nagging knee, a nagging foot, a wrist, whatever, and still ball out and play great. While others' injuries are more severe. Look at Baker Mayfield. His shoulder was hanging on by a thread. Okay, the dude could not throw the ball. And you're going to tell me that since he was out there that he should be playing 100%? Or that he's not now better when he's finally got surgery and healed up? Like what are we talking about here? It's just such nonsense. Sometimes you just go out and do the best you can. And sometimes an 80% player is better than whoever is up on in for the backup. especially a quarterback position. An 80% Jalen Hurts is better than, I forget who the heck was the quarterback last year. The backup, Marcus Mariota, I think it was, right? That's just the way it goes. So I mean, just stop perpetuating this dumb myth that, you know, if you're out on the field, that means you're supposed to be 100%, no excuses, everyone's injured, everyone's banged up. Yes, everyone is injured. Everyone is banged up, but it's all different degrees, okay? All different degrees. We all have experiences in our lives. Have you ever rolled an ankle? Have you ever just not gotten a lot of sleep the one night while your other friend also didn't get not a lot of sleep, but yet they feel more awake than you do, but you both didn't get a lot of sleep? I mean, it's just, everything is just not 100% equal. It's just not. And all injuries affect people differently. Just the way it goes. People's bodies heal at different rates. They have different pain thresholds. What makes their game special might be more or less reliant on a specific body part that's maybe, you know, an injury. Tom Brady hurting his ankle may be able to still ball out way more than Lamar Jackson, who injured his ankle. So I'm just like, they love saying this because I think it just makes everyone sound tough. You know, we know when we played, it doesn't matter if you're on the field, that means you're playing 100%. Okay, sure. I mean, it's just nonsense. It's a shame that Kobe Bryant is no longer with us because he got very honest when he retired, and even like the final couple years of his career, talking about how long it took him to get ready for a game as he got older, for warm-ups, and how after the game he would have to you would see him, he would just be mummified in ice, that he would have to ice down because his body would be just on fire. He was very honest about how the body changed over time and how, you know, pain and injuries and all that type of stuff can impact play. And it's funny because we make excuses for the players we like. When LeBron James was clearly not 100% healthy, who we know Shannon Sharpe absolutely loves. When LeBron James wasn't healthy, I think it was that foot injury where he didn't get surgery. He was like kind of playing, kind of net. I forget exactly how that season unfolded. But Shannon was like, oh yeah, he's clearly not 100%, but he's still doing his best. He's still balling out. He's still putting up numbers, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, exactly. He's not 100%. He still wants to be out there. He's still an 80% LeBron is still better than a no LeBron. And then that's what you get. It's okay to admit that someone was injured. It's okay. Not to mention, he's just like put that all on Jalen Hurts for no reason. Like, what about all the other things that we've talked about now for months that I don't want to rehash? Right? I don't want to rehash the fact that the offensive coordinator was just a terrible play caller. And whether you want to blame Sirianni or not, it was just terrible play calling, terrible play designs, terrible game plans. They left him on an island. They never put him in any situation to help with the blitz. Like, I don't understand. I mean, like, that little segment to me is just like, where are you coming with that right now? Like, why come at Jalen Hurts? It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't understand. I really don't. And then again, you want to call out Vic Fangio, like, because of what happened in Miami, and it's just like they obviously prioritize offense there. That's obviously where all the money and energy and effort goes to. That's obvious. That's very obvious. And yet Fangio still was able to make something out of nothing, especially with the injuries. And then you want to use like a random game against the Bills, a divisional game against an elite quarterback in Josh Allen as a frame of reference. I mean, it's not like it was up against the Panthers or something. Like, I don't know. That was just like, let me just say a bunch of random stuff and just like try to cut down the Eagles defense and Jalen Hurts and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay. Like, what? Well, I don't, that threw me off. This is my first clip of the day, honestly. And I was just like, all right, let's see what this is about, because I saw the picture, you know, the thumbnail, and it was just like, sit down or play or something like towards Jalen Hurts. And I'm like, what are we, what is this heat coming at Jalen and then throwing in the defense too and Vic Fangio? Like, what is this? I don't know, man. I don't know. Whew. The Eagles are going to be good this year. Be prepared. Be prepared. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think? Do you think the defense for the Eagles are in trouble? And do you think Jalen Hurts needs to sit down or play better? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.